What's up, freestyle people? We're here with Freestyle Legend
Whoa.
Artie / producer / everything.
I gave
How you
you
doing
$5
today?
for that. I gave you $5 for that.
Yes, you did. You did. It's for the toll.
Eric, good to have you in my home as always. Every
Well-
Sunday you're becoming family now.
Well, we all are here.
What did you want to ask me?
I don't want to get the grades like you, man. Well, a couple of questions we want to ask because we have upcoming artists and we want to know a couple of things. You know, how you started in the business. Like, how old were you when you first started singing?
When I first started singing, I was actually a little child. And I sang around a bunch of guys who sang bolero. And these were the old guys with the cigarette in their mouth and burn the eye while they were playing this. So if I didn't do things right, they would hit you off the head. They would say, "Eso bien, ¿qué es eso?" And they would treat you like you had to learn music, you know, like you had to like really learn it because if not, you get knocked in the head, that type of thing. So I remember when I was a kid that would happen. But when I started singing professionally, I was working in Wall Street. I was a foreign exchange clerk at the back for, I remember it was Berlin, Honduras, and Frankfurt back. And I had won a $200 contest to do, I did Wham.
You did Wham?
I love my George Michael's. Yeah, sure. If I had ovaries, I'd have his kid. But that's how I won my first $200 doing that. And then professionally, I started doing some music and stuff like that. And the first group I ever opened up for was for Giggles, the original Giggles.
Oh, okay.
Very first Giggles, Maria.
Okay.
And she was wonderful. They were really nice and everything like that. And then I would perform with different acts like that. But I started like about 21 years old.
Wow, wow. So did you go to school to take any vocal lessons or anything like that, or it just came natural?
No, I went to church.
It's church.
Church. I started in church singing, so that was my thing. I came
Because you know you have a different type of you know, tone. It's totally different than all the artists that I've known and I've worked with.
Thank you.
And
But
it's
you know where that
just-
comes from? That comes from one of my favorite artists, Felipe Rodriguez.
Felipe Rodriguez.
Now, if you do your history, Felipe Rodriguez did a song, Uno nunca sabe lo que uno tiene hasta que lo pierde. But he did one of those, and that's where One Never Knows comes from.
Okay.
But his vocal, that vocal type, comes from those days. Because you had to have a nice, hard, sexy, strong vocal.
Yeah, and the
And
harmonies.
I didn't know that I had that.
And your harmonies are great. They're awesome.
Oh, thank you so
I
much.
mean,
It's old school harmonies.
So who was the one that discovered you? Got you into the recording?
Eddie Rivera.
Eddie Rivera, for real?
Eddie Rivera. Eddie Rivera, and one of the first people to introduce me to Eddie Rivera and George Vasconez and all those people is Vasquez. Now his name just escaped me. Are you going to edit this? Because we need to edit it. 'Cause this gentleman's name really has to be mentioned. Oh God, I forgot his name. But he was my first manager in the business. And he introduced me to Eddie Rivera, Judy Torres, TKA when they were first starting out. I opened up for all those groups, and in those days you would have loved it. Because if you had a record, you got paid to open for groups. And those days it was nice. It was like $500-600 just to open for a group,
Oh, wow.
which was nice.
That was a lot back then.
Back then it was wonderful. So, and they sent you a limo without a problem. Today they don't even want to pay the big acts. So, Paul Vasquez. Paul Vasquez. And the reason he was really good friends with George Vasconez back in the days. And that's how I became good friends with Judy Torres. And I used to open up shows for her, Little Susie, TKA. Wow, Jesus Christ, I opened up a lot of shows. A lot of shows. And Noel, Silent Morning. And Noel was always wonderful. And Coro was amazing. I saw Noel yesterday, and we were like flipping out over old times, and it was wonderful. It's going to be some surprises coming up, but it was great. It was really, really great in those days. But it was Paul Vasquez is responsible, and my first manager to get me into this freestyle thing.
Okay, well, that's good to know. A lot of us don't know that, you know?
No, not a lot of people know that, but he's really responsible for being my very first manager.
So how many albums have you done so far? How many albums have you recorded?
Only me?
Yeah, just you. Just as you as an artist.
2 albums.
2 albums.
Including the one that just came out.
Go ahead.
That's it, 2 albums.
Go ahead and plug that one.
Yeah, it is. It's called Artie and Legit Curtain Call. So it just came out. It's called a prequel because honestly, there's more songs to come out. We're doing another song with a very good friend of mine that should be coming out. I don't want to mention the name because I want it to come out.
When's the release date?
Hopefully by the midsummer because we're shooting for that. But we still have a couple of songs that we have to do and 3 videos that are coming up. So
And it's gonna be we could purchase it like on iTunes and stuff like that. Once it
yeah,
comes out?
yeah. This one I didn't put on iTunes or anything yet because this is just something that I did for fans who've been asking for it, and so that's why I did the album.
So how did your track "You Are the Reason" come about?
You Are the Reason. You Are the Reason I wrote on the track. No, You Are the Reason. You are the reason. You Are the Reason was something that I just wrote out of the back of my head. I just wrote You Are the Reason. I just needed to do a song. I was working with a gentleman at CBS Records and a very, very good friend of mine. He had his own label called Dread Records on the CBS label, on the CBS distribution. And he told me, hey, why don't we, come up with a song and do something. So I was like so excited because I wanted to work with this guy. So I was like, okay, cool. So I came up with a song and I just wrote a song and I said, all right, cool, let's just call it You Are the Reason. And he took it, he did a house mix to it, and then we put out a record on it. And it was, and he helped me out a lot with distributions and stuff like that. He couldn't put it through CBS because CBS wouldn't have accepted it, but he did it on a very independent level and helped me with distributors. I got 101% on that record without any radio play.
Wow.
So I'm very, very grateful to him.
That's awesome. The next question I got for you, there was one time that you had explained to me that you just wanted to quit. What stopped you? Who stopped you from doing that?
That was good. You're really good at this. Watching Choso. All right. I wanted to quit because I had just gotten together with my wife and everything. Life was just becoming back in order for me. And freestyle industry can get pretty tricky, like any other genre. People start the bochinche, and people start talking, and then they start to leave you on the side, leave you on the corner. But the good thing about me was that when I first started, I had a lot of good friends, not just big name musicians or anything like that, or big names, but they became friends. So I don't take advantage of that. I don't mention, I don't name drop, I don't do any of that. But this one particular person who was responsible for me to get back was Johnny O. We went to Detroit. They had hired me to do a show. And I told Johnny, the song I'm going to do, I'm going to sell it to you. I want you to take it and do the best you can with it. If you like it, I'll sell it to you very cheap. You can take it and do it. And he said, okay, well, you perform it, and I'll see, what I'll do. So I got up there. The response was phenomenal in Detroit. It was wonderful. Actually, I got invited back 3 more times to do shows. He loved the song so much. He said, you're not selling that song. You're doing that song. I'm going to take it to Exit. And we're going to do this. And Exit Records, Mr. George, who was the executive producer of this track, treated me so well. I got money up front. We got radio play on all the power stations in Miami, to California. Wonderful, wonderful. And Johnny he actually grabbed me by the becaue and said, you're not quitting, you're staying. And that's it. And he still contacts me to this day. Hey, what are you doing? What is it? And stuff like that. So he saved me. He saved me.
Well, that's good. We're glad that he saved you. To be here right now.
Yeah.
Where was the biggest place that you've ever performed? Biggest.
An arena in Florida.
Yes. With
Stevie B, Jaya, Fascination, Edmund.
Wow. You dropping some old school names there.
Yeah, Little Susie. I believe it was Little Susie was there. Little Susie. I think it was Voice and Fashion. I'm not sure, but we all went. Coro, all Coros. He's a gas. Coro, and I mean that in a very. He knows what I'm talking about. He's a gas. Coro. Who else? Yeah, it was that. It was Coro and Mr. and more. All of us were on tour doing the Florida. It was a huge,
great person.
It was a huge arena, and I hate Amor. He's full of shit. He's full of shit.
He actually worked by where I lived in Florida.
Yeah, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. But we did he's gonna laugh when he says that. When we did Florida, that was a big arena. It held I think it was like 50 or 60,000 people. But one of the most incredible ones was in Massachusetts. It was 40 to 50,000 people in the streets singing.
I saw that one.
You Are the Reason. I mean, Aname, which was amazing. That's amazing. That was like deafening. You know, it was really, really nice. All the artists did wonderful. It was fantastic.
Well, how did you and Legit come together to start performing together?
He actually picked on me. Actually, no. What happened with me and Legit was, I was performing and he was waiting for his partner. And for some reason, his partner was in a jam and he couldn't get to the venue. So I said, hey, why don't you perform with me? We'll do my song. I was doing Now That It's Over because I was promoting that. So all right, so let's do this. We'll do Now That It's Over. We'll do it together. Just coming on the chorus. So just fucking fake it. Just do your thing. Just lie. Say potato, potato, and we'll just get along. You'll learn it later. And we just stuck together ever since. I mean, talk about being like brothers. If we would have been born from the same mother, we probably would have hated each other. But I swear to God, we are like so. I mean, the closest guy on this earth to me right there is Legit. I mean, he knows everything about me. Things that would actually make me turn red. And things don't usually do, but he knows a lot of shit.
So the relationship you have with Legit is the same one that I have with Jose.
Yeah, exactly, like that. Like y'all got bromance. That's like the deep shit, like.
And another thing, I heard you doing directing now. How'd you get into that? Actually,
I've been directing since I was in high school, and I did it on 35mm film. And I learned from an old teacher of mine, Mrs. Phillips. I wrote a play. You're not going to believe the title of this play. I wrote this play when I was young, when I was about 18 years old. It was called, you're not going to believe this.
What?
It's called Back to the Future.
Get out of here.
I swear to my mother, to everything that I love, that was the name of it was actually not a car, it was a booth. And it would take you back to the 50s. And I gave it to Mrs. Phillips. And she loved it, and she got me enrolled to them. But you know what happened? I was into the drinking and the girls, and I never really did anything else but hung out, and I skipped that part. But I was always into the movies, always. And I'm directing. I just had a meeting over the phone with a Mr. John Perret, and we're going to be doing a movie. We just got the meeting. He's coming in to do the meeting. I was hired to direct, and we're doing an independent film.
Wow.
And it's called Tyler's Love, which you're gonna love.
Hopefully, as you know, I got you in contact with Frank Giganti.
Yeah, he's another one. He's a really sweet guy.
So hopefully you get to work with him. Right now, we're gonna cut this. We'll do part 2 later because we gotta get back to recording.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Got it.